And I'll send you these slides after, Cam, to share with the group. But I do have like 4 things you could do today to start preparing yourself amidst the outbreak, because I think, you know, all of us are sort of at risk of potentially losing our jobs or losing opportunities that are ahead of us. So the first one, and the gentleman who was speaking before sort of mentioned it, but the first thing we all need to do, and I'll send you guys all a template literally right after this, is we all need to revisit our budget. And the first thing we should be looking at is any of our recurring expenses that we don't absolutely need. So I'll use myself for an example. Yesterday, I went through line by line everything that I pay for on a monthly basis, and I canceled any subscriptions that I frankly don't need. So I have like a clothing subscription, canceled it. I have some other leisure subscriptions, canceled them. So I think that's the first thing that we can all do today to sort of pad ourselves for this outbreak. The second thing that everyone should do, if they haven't already, is call your creditors and your debtors. And what I mean by that is if there are people who you are paying money to on a monthly basis, whether those are people or actual institutions, it would be worth giving them a call, telling them, I mean, I think everyone knows what's happening, but seeing if you can alter whatever the previous agreement was to lower whatever it is that you have to pay on a monthly basis. And then to give a personal example for me, I actually, I have people in my family that owe me money, so they send me money on a monthly basis, and I include that in my overall income. But I had to have conversations with them too, because obviously I don't expect them to pay me this month, so I have to alter my budget accordingly. The third thing is which relates to the first, is just limiting all expenses going forward to the must-haves. So we should focus on spending really only on food and rent until we get out of this. And then last but not least, folks are always asking about investing. And I think in general, my personal philosophy is to be forward-looking in your investments and try to invest for the long haul. So if putting $100, $200, $500, or $1,000 in the stock market today really puts you at a disadvantage in 3 days, a week, a month, or a year from now, maybe it's not time. But if you can do without that money for 5 to 10 years, then I say go ahead and invest. But you just have to be willing to take on that risk. So those are sort of the 4 things we can all do today to protect ourselves.